All right, what's going on, everyone? So, we are live, kind of a surprise live stream because everything has been going crazy inside the market. We've been getting crazy numbers, so we're going to talk about this. I'm going to be going over, technical analysis and all that other stuff. So, we're going to talk about a lot today, but we're going to wait till we get some people in here. Everything I say in this is nothing I say in this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor at all. So just to put that disclaimer out, we're going to be talking about a lot today, though. A lot of good technical analysis stuff as well. We're going to be doing some technical analysis. So sit here and wait for some people to come in, and then we're going to get straight to it. But yeah, we got a lot to discuss today. So we're going to hop right into it once we get some more people in here. All right, so we have a few people in here. So where's everybody watching from? Before we get started, just kind of want to see where everybody's coming from. I know we got an international audience here, so some people might be asleep. It's 10 p.m. currently where I'm at here inside of Florida, so there's some people it might be a different time. If you're in Asia, it's probably like 11 a.m. so or like 9 a.m. or something like that. But yeah, some Europeans is probably closer to maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that. But yeah, where's everybody watching from? Before we get started, we got a lot to discuss today. Hey, we got Joe PJ here says, hi, Baby Doge, please, New York. Yep, we're going to be talking about Baby Doge. We're going to be doing some technical analysis, so don't worry about that. We're definitely going to go over that today. But yeah, New York, you're on the same time zone as me too, so it's also 10 p.m. for you. That's good. That's good. Putting some tags here. I always forget to post that I'm going live on my Telegram and Twitter and all that. But yeah, we'll get it straightened out. Also, for the people who want me to go over a specific technical analysis for a specific project, you can send a Cash App or a Super Chat donation or a PayPal. That'd be much appreciated if you want me to go over something specific. Other than that, just be patient, and I'm going to go over Baby Doge. I'm going over Bitcoin, and then eventually going to be going over some other things as well. So we have that. A shout out to GL Clothing. One of the day one supporters here says, "What's good, Marcellus? What's good?" We got a lot to talk about because it's about to start going crazy with the prices and everything. Yeah, Bitcoin's about to go crazy. But yeah, shout out to GL Clothing. I see you tapping in. Day one supporter right there. All right, I'm reposting right now on Twitter. So bear with me. Make sure I get this posted on Twitter. I guess I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. I'll pull up Twitter right here. All right, pick the live stream. All right. There, we're going to get some more people joining in on this, so definitely get ready for that. All right, that's the Twitter, and don't really need to do the Reddit. All right, so people should start coming in soon. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to UGL Clothing. Shout out to everybody else. Anyone else who comes up here in the chat. Again, if you guys want to do a donation, that would be much appreciated. If you want me to go over something specific, like if you want me to go over, let's say, a technical analysis or something for a different project, let me know. Just go ahead and send a Super Chat or Cash App or a PayPal, and then I'll go ahead and go over that specifically for you. So we'll be doing that. All right. So first things first, I kind of want to talk about Bitcoin here. So this This is getting crazy. I've been talking about where we're more than likely going to end up going, and it's definitely looking like we're going into that direction. So I think a lot of people are about to be caught off guard from this because we're already at 110K, right? We're already breaking 110K inside of Bitcoin. Right now, I am really expecting us to go straight up here to 119K. It always does this whenever we're bullish. We typically do this. We pass it with flying colors. We create new all-time highs, and then we have a nice little pullback. We are probably about to get a massive pump all the way up to 120K Bitcoin. And more importantly, what this means for Baby Doge is actually very, very important because if we get this massive pump here for Baby Doge, obviously we're going to be passing this 1800 area, right? But we've already broken out of this consolidation pattern here, this little wedge pattern. We've already broken up on the upside here. So that's just one of the things that we got going for us right now. And yep, salute to UGL Clothing. Yep. But yeah, this is just one of the things that we got going, and this is about to be pretty big. So I've been talking about how we could be going up to 8Z2200, and now that we're blowing this out the park here with Bitcoin, we're starting to see that rise to this level here with Baby Doge. We're starting to see the rise all the way up to 2200. And the second we break this resistance right here, the next minor resistance we have after that is like at 8Z2050. Right now we're at 1778. So if Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing right now is actually a good time, like for let's say the people who want to swing trade Baby Doge or day trade it. I think Baby Doge is about to be at 2200 really quick. This is a really good level to end up getting in on, especially since we just now broke out of this pattern. Every single time we come out of these patterns, we typically have a nice pump to the upside. And we've actually just now broken out of a nice pattern there. So that is definitely going to end up having us going all the way up to about 2200, somewhere around there. So that's what I'm expecting to see here inside of Baby Doge. I'm expecting to see it to get to somewhere around the 2200 area. So that's what we're looking for right now. And currently, at 1778, I would still say these are good prices. It would have been best to get in before it got out of this range, but now we're still kind of pumping. So this is the confirmation that you would want to wait for before you just go and hop in, let's say on a swing trade. So the confirmation is pretty much there now. It's pretty much confirmed that we're going to continue to rise up here. The only way that this can be stopped is if Bitcoin did pretty much a bull trap on people and the bulls got trapped and it just started to dump right here. But typically when we create new all-time highs on Bitcoin, we typically continue to rise until that next resistance at the next Fibonacci retracement. And that is going to be all the way up here at 119K. So 119K is looking like the next area for Bitcoin to stop at. And as this goes up to 119K, we're probably going to more than likely end up seeing Baby Doge going up here back to 2200. And then we got the resistance up here at 2750. So these are the levels that you're going to want to watch out for here inside of Baby Doge inside the near future. So we're probably going to end up seeing an immediate rise all the way up here, probably even getting to 8Z3. So 8Z30 is definitely another one of those levels that you would want to pay attention to and watch out for. So right now, this is the daily chart here on Bitcoin. Let me tell you, the daily chart on Bitcoin is looking absolutely bullish. You can see here the daily chart on Bitcoin with the MACD. Look at these green candlesticks starting to come in. These green candlesticks are definitely starting to come in. We're a little bit on an overbought area, but it's still good that you're starting to see more green candlesticks coming in. So you can definitely see it's about to have another wave here. The second wave, though, isn't going to be as big. Notice how this wave is smaller than this one right here. The third one that we get here might not be as big, but it'll be just enough to possibly get up to about 119K. So, like I said, I feel like we're going to have a nice pullback once we get to 119K, right? And then that could lead us to get higher. And I believe 130K is where we're going to top out at, right? But I believe if we hit this 119K area soon, we might have a strong pullback, bringing us back to about 106,000 the previous, 108,000 was the previous area where we got rejected at, and possibly a little bit down to 100K before we get back up there to 130K. But I still believe around 130 to 150K is going to be like the peak for Bitcoin for this bull run. Some people think that it can go higher. If it did, it would probably have to stop at that Fibonacci retracement all the way up here at about 190K. That's a big if we did. 190K is that next Fibonacci after 119K. And I went over this very, very specifically on one of my previous videos. I don't know if you guys want me to break down how I came up with the 130, 135K resistance level, but let me know inside of the comments here, inside the live chat, if you guys want me to break down how I came up with this level around here from 135 to about, well, from 130 to about 150K, because it was pretty strategic how I did it. And I did a lot of, I ran a lot of numbers from previous runs, all the way back from the 2017 run, all the way back here to the 2021 run. I ran the numbers back there, and I came up with 130 to 150K. That's pretty much what we're looking at here. But yeah, what is everyone thinking so far about this market? Do you think this is a bull trap? What's everybody thinking? Like, you think it's going to be a bull trap, or do you think that we're just going to keep going and going and going? Because usually when that happens, extreme greed will start to come in, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this so far. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a lot of people in here. We got 11 people in here so far. So that's, it's kind of a lot, right? This is the crypto fear and greed index. Right now we are at greed, not necessarily at extreme greed, which means we have more to go before our next crash here inside of Bitcoin. So this could definitely be a little bit longer of a pump, possibly, But yeah, the fear and greed index is definitely looking more in the favor of the bulls right now until it gets to extreme greed, and then we're definitely going to see it getting a little bit more bearish. So that's another thing that you guys would want to wait for. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and take this off. All right, the next thing we got for Baby Doge, let's go ahead and pull up some of the news going on with Baby Doge. 6% in the last 24 hours, pretty decent. 35.8 million in 24-hour trading volume. That's fairly decent as well. Let's go ahead and bring up their Twitter. All right, so now Baby Doge is live on this exchange, Blum Crypto. We talked about that yesterday. You could trade Baby Doge on there now at blum.io. Let's go ahead and click on this. Okay, let's launch the mini app, as they call it. Oh no, they want me to log in on Telegram. Why do they want me to log in on Telegram? I don't know. But yeah, we're on this exchange. I don't want to log in on Telegram, so I'm definitely not going to log in on it. I guess it only wants to do it on a phone. Yeah, and then they got their little trading bot, but that also brings you to a Telegram link. Yeah, I guess I will not connect to it because I'm not going to pull up Telegram. But yeah, new exchange listing. Baby Doge officially landed on StoneFi as well. Another new exchange listing. Top trading is now trading on the top DEX inside of TON. So that's what StoneFi is, I guess, or whatever that is. I never heard of it, but it's the top DEX on TON. So that's pretty good. What else we got here? Oh yeah, they have a AMA that they were doing for Baby Doge. And then another one, Swissborg, which I guess is a Switzerland exchange. So yeah, we do got stuff happening with Baby Doge. We do got some good stuff going on with Baby Doge. So all right. Okay, so now let's break this down onto a smaller time frame. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. So now when we're looking at this channel, through the 4-hour chart, you can see we are about to have another pump coming in. So this next pump is pretty much going to end up taking us to about 115K. And then we can probably end up seeing our Bitcoin pulling back until about 108K, 109K, pretty much where we were sitting at for a while for our all-time high. And then the next pump after that is going to be the one to bring us to 119K and possibly even breaking out from 119K. And now also looking at the MACD here on the 4-hour chart, we're definitely seeing a lot of these green candlesticks here on this. So it's definitely bullish, very, very bullish. And then you can also see on the RSI how it's curving upwards to the top. Soon we will be overbought, and then you will see those pullbacks coming in. But it's not at that point yet where it's going to be overbought. I think we'll get to 119K before it even starts to do like a major pullback. So that's what I'm watching out for right now. But in the meantime, it's still looking pretty bullish for Baby Doge. So I'm still pretty confident inside the prices that Baby Doge can do. So yeah. But yeah, what is everybody thinking about the current state of the market right now? Because it's looking good, but this crash is gonna be a heavy crash. Like it's been too good for too long. I think that we're destined for a crash at this point. I think it's just waiting. It's just waiting for a crash. That's what I think, honestly. We'll have to see though. Baby Doge is actually very, very important. From 119K. All right. Let's go back over here to these charts. I was looking at a different chart on another screen. Okay. So we already have Baby Doge on the 4-hour chart. We kind of covered that. Let's go over here for the 15-minute chart here with Baby Doge. So yeah, on the short term, you can definitely see we're landing here on a little minor resistance area that then has now became our support. So now it's like a minor support area. And we're kind of landing on that right now. And we're about to use that to pump up even more. So these little minor resistance and minor support areas are very important. You just want to go back and see where we were rejected at before and where we also used it as support before as well. So we were rejected here at this level a lot of times. That's about I would put that at 1775 has been a significant level for us so many times here in the past, and we cannot forget about it now. So yeah, 1775 is a good level for us. So yeah, now we should be having our next rise up here. So if I was going to be day trading this right now, I would probably be looking at this like this is a good opportunity to take this from 1775 up to 1875. Now, is it possible that we just go ahead and break down below this this support line? It's 100% possible because this is a heavy activity area. Typically, we sell off around this area, and you're seeing it time and time again. It always got rejected around this area and typically sold off. So there is that possibility that it sells off from this area in the short term. And then you can also see on the MACD how it's curving downwards. That shows selling pressure coming in. And you can see it could quite possibly curve downwards. But with the bullish momentum from Bitcoin, I'm willing to bet that it's probably not going to just end up crashing. I think we should have a nice rise up here. This would actually be a textbook day trade right here. Just broke out of this consolidation pattern here. Literally touched it multiple times on this pattern. Multiple times on this pattern, we've touched it. and then we actually finally broke out, got rejected once at this resistance, then broke past this resistance, and now currently using it as support. But the one concerning thing that I'm seeing about this area here, this new support line that was once our resistance, is that when we got past it, we didn't immediately blow past it. We just kind of stayed around this area, which is kind of concerning. Definitely could show some weakness, like it could break down a little bit more. But Bitcoin has all of the strength right now. Bitcoin has all the strength, and it's kind of carrying everything in the market. So this should give us enough strength to get up to 1875. So that's what I'm looking for. So we have a person here says hi. Hey, shout out to you. This person says hi. What's up? What's up? Where are you coming? Where are you watching from? But yeah, shout out to you. Those look like some type of letters. I don't know what language that might be. Chinese or Korean. Definitely not Japanese. That's Chinese or Korean. It looks more Korean than anything. But yeah, shout out to you. And so the people that are also wondering, what would this be for a day trade? Like, how much money would this be? Well, we can go ahead and look at this. We got to bring that up a little bit higher. So this would be a 5% trade right here. From here to here would be a 5% trade. From 1775 up to 1875. That would be a 5%, well, 5.21% trade if you want to be exact. And it's never going to be completely exact. So let's say 5.20%. So let's just say you had like $3,000. You would do 0.052. This would be $156 trade right here. So this is an easy $156 because it's almost a textbook play at this point. Now, it is possible for it to pull back a little bit more, but I would not be worried about a pullback here because there's so much strength inside this market that even if it does pull back here, you can still bet on it going back up to 1875. So this is still a level that I'm watching, and it's still a level that I think that we're going to end up breaking pretty soon here. But that's not really the one that I'll be looking at, like just making that little small trade. I would be looking at this on more of a macro scale because you can really scale this out even larger. So you could take from where we are now, right? And then you could say, hey, I want to go all the way up here to this resistance, like how we did before, all the way up to 2200. So then if you do that, that's a 23.5% gain right there. That's 23.5% within the next day, 1 day and 15 hours. So within the next like 45 hours, we could probably end up seeing a move to 2200. And let's go ahead and show what 3% of that would be, or $3,000. I can't speak right now. $3,000 times 1.235. So that would be $705. So you would go from 3,000 to 737.05. So yeah, and the way I did that is pretty much you just multiply the amount of money you're trading with times the percentage that you're doing, and also throw the 1 in there because anything times 1 is itself. And so you would definitely want to know how much you have total after that trade. So after that trade, doing $3,000 times doing $3,000 times 23.5% would give you $3,705. So $705 is a pretty good trade right there. That's a pretty solid trade, pretty decent. I would definitely say if you're in the day trading, I don't know. I don't want to be like, hey, go do these day trades. Like, no. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. This is an easy money trade for me, though. And like I said, I like day trading. And I prefer to day trade baby doge. I don't like holding baby doge for that long. So I prefer to either day trade it or swing trade it. Obviously, it's 10:25 p.m. where I'm at right now. So it would be classified more as a swing trade. But I still would consider it day traded because I believe by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we should be at 2,200 baby doge. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And that's what I'm looking at right there for baby doge. So that's just one of the things that we could be doing here. Now, as for Bitcoin, let's see if we have any short-term trades on Bitcoin. And honestly, I feel like it's easier to track Baby Doge than it is Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin's movements are just a lot bigger than Baby Doge, so it just ends up being a lot harder to track. But yeah, right now with Bitcoin, the current day trade that I'm seeing would be coming up here to 115K. It's a pretty simple trade, honestly, because it's definitely going to end up getting up here eventually. But that's only a 4.45% change from where we are now. So even at that, it's not that big of a trade. But you are buying it at the all-time highs, which is always a scary thing to do. But the reason why I say the Bitcoin one is pretty textbook here. Like if you just kind of look at how it's kind of forming up here at the top, like this is what you want inside of a short-term trade like this. Like this is exactly what you want to see in a short-term trade. Like easy money right there. But yeah, Bitcoin on the short term is definitely about to have a breakout. So I would definitely say you want to watch out for that as well. But hey, to each his own. Now, let's see. Let's take this. See if we have a trend going on here. Yep, we do have a trend here inside of Bitcoin. So the next area Bitcoin will get to before we see a nice little possible pullback would be here, possibly getting up to about 111, 112K, moving down a little bit back to this resistance area that we would use as support now. And then you would probably see it working its way up here. From there, it would probably end up breaking out of this pattern and going back up to the original one at 114K. And then from there, you could see a nice, decent drop, bringing us back down. So then we can build up more momentum with Bitcoin. So yeah, that's just like a little bit of a short-term play there. That's kind of how I do it when I'm day trading. I just kind of break it down like that. Now, it's always possible that it doesn't do what you want it to do. It's always possible that we break down here and go back to that support at 108.5K. Always a possibility. But with the strength that we're seeing, I don't know. Also, the volume has slowed down a lot. Look at the volume bar down here. Not as much volume as we had back here. We had way more volume back in this area here, but we're not seeing as much volume anymore. But what we are seeing is the MACD going from red here, which indicates selling, to green, which indicates buying. So we're seeing the MACD going over to buying pressure, and we're seeing the curve, the upward curve on that, those lines as well. And we're also seeing the RSI wanting to go up as well. So that is an indicator that we could be pretty bullish in the near future here. Also, as you can see with Baby Doge, this one's playing out pretty well, like I thought it would. So I'm seeing Baby Doge at 1797. Baby Doge should be making its way up here to that 1875 resistance. And then from there, I mean, yeah, it could have a little pullback, but I still think 2200 is going to be that level that you're going to end up want to watch that at. So yeah, that's just one of those levels. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. We're going to keep going over this. If you guys want me to go over any specific crypto and do a technical analysis for the short term and the long term on any specific crypto, go ahead and send either a Cash App, PayPal, or a Super Chat. And if you Super Chat it, just let me know what specific crypto you want me to go over, and I will go over that. Just go ahead and send some type of donation, and I'll go over that for you. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are at with it right now. But yeah, all the numbers in the market are doing extremely well. We're seeing a lot of different coins pumping right now. And also looking at these, some random coin, Cookie Dow, we're starting to see a lot of different meme coins coming out of nowhere and a lot of utility coins as well. So just a lot of projects are just breaking out crazy numbers left and right. So I think this is definitely a sign that once Bitcoin tops out and has its nice pullback, it'll be altcoin season / meme coin season, and all that money that Bitcoin ran up is pretty much going to end up flowing into the altcoins and the meme coins. So that's pretty much what we're going to end up seeing, or that's what I believe we're going to end up seeing. So it's always a possibility that it doesn't work like that, but hey, I think it's going to end up going that way. But yeah, the MACD on the daily chart is looking nice. This is usually what we see right before we get some buying pressure, but we could also see selling pressure. And remember what I mentioned as well. When you look over here at the MACD, you have to pay attention to the patterns that's happening right now. So you can see like the MACD is just showing slower buying pressure over this period of time here. So from April, right, from mid-April to late April, you can see we had a lot of buying pressure here. But then come time over here, mid-May, you can see the volume is lower than it is now. Even though we've had this nice little pump here, that's not that much volume. Not that much volume. So you definitely would want to be careful there. All it takes is for one major whale to kick off the selling. So that's something that you would definitely want to watch out for, because all it takes is that one whale to really tear everything down. So yeah, always a possibility. That's always a possibility. But yeah. All right. So yeah, let me know what you guys want me to go over next. If you want me to go over a specific crypto, send a super chat, Cash App, or a PayPal, any of those, and let me know what you want me to go over specifically. We can go over any of those projects that you want to look at. We got Samson Taylor here right now. Says Nitro and Jerry the Turtle. I don't know what that is. Nitro and Jerry the Turtle. I don't know what you mean by that. I think you might mean like a project or something. But yeah, if you want me to go over any specific project, go ahead and send a super chat, Cash App, PayPal, any of that, and I'll go over that for you. Whatever amount suits you for the donation. But yeah, I'll do a technical analysis on those. But yeah, right now we are looking pretty good right now with Bitcoin. So I'm gonna keep you all updated on this, and this is a very crucial time right now. So I really wanted to go ahead and do this live because like we're really on the bridge of breaking out right here, literally. All it takes is just a little bit more volume to take off right there, a little bit more volume, and kind of the same thing we have with Baby Doge. All it takes is a little bit more volume. It's kind of flirting with that area right now, but I think eventually it's going to end up breaking past it. Samson Taylor says check on her out and review Nitro and Jerry the Turtle. I never heard of that. It must be like a new project or something. Yeah, like I said, meme coin season. You can see the most random things going off and pumping during meme coin season and altcoin season. I would definitely say that it's definitely not meme coin or altcoin season right now, but it's definitely getting into that mode. So yeah, it could be coming up very soon. Ramkey MD MK says tell about Baby Doge when to exit. Well, when to exit, it's really up to you and your risk tolerance when to exit. Me personally, I do shorter term trades, so I would be fine going from here to here and exiting at 1875. But then again, that's only a 5% trade. Some people might want to stay in longer and wait till 2200 so they can get that 23% trade. Some people might want to stay in longer so then they can go all the way from here and get all the way up here for a 50% increase on their trade. Some people, they might want to really stay in longer so they can get all the way up here for a 70% gain on their trade. And then you got some people that want to do more than that. So yeah, it's all based on your risk tolerance. But I mean, 70%, like you can do a lot with 70%. Let's say you got like what, $4,000. Just see, let's just say three, because I've been doing $3,000 in all the other examples times 1.7. So yeah, going from 3,000 to 5,100, that's fairly good. A good little $2,100 gain right there. So it depends your risk tolerance, how long you want to hold it. Because remember, if Bitcoin crashes, it's bringing Baby Doge down too. So let's say Baby Doge goes all the way up to 2,200, right? And then Bitcoin goes up to 119K. But if Bitcoin crashes right after that, Baby Doge is not going to do all this unless they have some type of big news. They're going to end up crashing before that. So that's just something that you would want to watch out for. But yeah, if you do want me to go over the exit, I guess, for any of your other trades, let me know. Just go ahead and send a cash out or a super chat for that. Samson Taylor says, sorry for the typo, JYAI and Nitro. Yeah, I've never heard of those. Remkey, MDMK, I just follow your words, sir. Where you buy, where you exit, I follow everything. I don't know if you want to do that because sometimes I forget to post, some of those. But a good point to exit at, if you just want to get a little bit of a 5% gain, from where we are now, let's say you bought now, 2,200 would be a good exit point if you just want 5%. Well, no. 2,200 is 23%. But if you just want 5%, 1,875. So you're almost like 100% guaranteed to make 5% from 1,775 to 1,875. But if you want to wait till 23%, now you got like a 75% chance. But then if you want to get the big money and you want to wait for that 70% gain, getting all the way up to 8Z 3050, now you got more like a 50-50 chance, right? So it's all based on what do you want to risk? Do you want to risk buying here and then trying to get it all the way up to here with a 50-50 chance? Or do you just want to ride the wave short term all the way up to here, which is not much at all, and only get 5%, but 100% guaranteed to get your 5%? Or do you want a 75% chance to get all the way up to here to 2,200 so you can get 23%? So you gotta decide which one do you want. Remkey says, I just follow your words, sir. Where you? Oh yeah, I already got that. But yeah, that's definitely, if you will, you just gotta decide you want 5%, 23%, or 71%. So do you want to definitely make money on 5%, or do you want to have a 75% chance of making money at 23%, or you want a 50-50 chance at 70% in gains? So that is the game you're going to have to play with that. But yeah, most definitely. All right, let's see where we're at here with this. I'm going to bring it back to the 15-minute chart. Okay, yep. And as you can see, we were like right here with it. You can see that we're now starting to break out. So Bitcoin breaking out, like I said, you definitely want to watch out for this. 114K. So yeah, you definitely want to watch out for that 115K area, 114, 115K. And then with Baby Doge, let's zoom in. Bitcoin going up to that 114K level we'll probably have Baby Doge only going up to about 1875. And then if Bitcoin were to break out from there to like 119, then you're looking at 2200. Pretty much. It could be a little bit different, but pretty much. Samson says, "Oh, and check out Toshi." Yeah, I think I've made a video on Toshi before. I'm not 100% sure. I'll go over those in probably like a separate video, like Toshi, unless you want to send like a super chat or something like that, and then I'll go over it now. But yeah, I don't know if I think I might have made a video on it. Let me see. Oh yeah, I have made a video on it, haven't I? Yeah, this is the link to that video I made on it. But this was back in February, so let me pull that up. I kind of want to see some numbers here. Okay. So I made the call in February.
All right. What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to be talking about another base gem. So another gem on base.
So here's the Toshi video I made inside.
And this is February. A coin.
So yeah, I made this Toshi video 3 months ago. February 13th, 2025. I was like, Toshi on base is taking off 100x gem
extremely well.
So Toshi at this point was priced at, I just want to kind of see what my win rate right now is. So yeah, Toshi 0.000767 now, 0.00083335 then. So it did have a pump, but it almost immediately went down a little bit more. But it's still up 122% in the last 30 days. So Toshi, it's up and down with these meme coins. You got to catch them at a good time. So let's go back a little bit more. So yeah, around, where did I make this video at? January 2020. I made this video February 13th. So I want to look at the February 13th price. Oh, I got to look at a whole year back then. All right, and let's zoom in here. No, not quite there yet. February, let's do from 11th. Okay, so I made the video here February 13th.
Around this time is when it got listed. Baby Doge, if it gets listed on Coinbase, I'm not gonna say when because I don't know if it will, but if it does, Baby Doge is gonna do extremely well. All right, that's the only time I'm gonna talk about Baby Doge in this video, I swear. Now almost. And as you can see here in the last year, 523%. That's huge. Last 24 hours, they got a lot more listed to Coinbase. So that's that huge jump that you've seen here. And Coinbase tends to do so yeah, Mochi is number 2 right now for top gaining. And then Toshi is number 4 for the top gainers. It was 1,896 people have 1 million. You can see with the holders, 5 is very, very, very good. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of money just has been flowing in and out, in and out. So yeah, this project has money flowing like crazy. Now we got all the basics out of the way. Moving on from, it's doing well. It's really, really, really doing well. So it's been out almost 2 years now, almost. And as you can see here in the last year, 523%. That's huge. Last 24 hours flow into a coin when it gets listed onto Coinbase. That's also another reason why I'm telling y'all, hey, Baby Doge, y'all know I like Baby Doge. Watch out for Baby Doge. Baby Doge, if it gets listed on.
All right, so that's the video I made on Toshi. And yeah, pretty much the same thing stands true. Like when you see things pumping a lot like this, you don't necessarily want to get in. You want to wait for it to pull back. So anyone who waited, like seen the video and they're like, all right, I'm going to wait for the pullback and then I'm going to get in, make some gains. They made some nice gains. Like anyone who bought around this area, let's say you bought at you took like let's say you took like $5,000, bought in down here at 0.00022. That would give you 22.7 million coins multiplied by let's say you just got out here 0.000767. Like your 5K would have went to 17K. And yeah, that's why with stuff like this, like you gotta be patient on different trades like this. Like when you see stuff pumping like this, you definitely wait for it to pull back. You never want to jump in stuff when it's at the peak. But yeah, for Samson Taylor, if you want me to go over these other things, if you want to say in a Cash App Super Chat, definitely go ahead and do it. If anyone else wants me to go over a specific coin and do a technical analysis, definitely go ahead, support the channel. It would be much, much, much appreciated. Very much appreciated. But yeah, let's go and zoom in on this, see where we are at with this. Okay. Going up a little bit, making our way up slowly but surely. Seeing some rejection here off of these highs on Bitcoin. And look, this volume is extremely low. I wish I could get this off of the screen though. Whatever this is about the updates. But yeah, if you see behind this little electric strike thing, that this update thing that it won't let me move, you can see like that one red, there's those two red candlesticks and these tiny green candlesticks. So there's not much buying right now inside of Bitcoin. All it takes is for one whale to just start selling and really crash it. So that's not good. Not much buying going on in this area. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want to watch out for that. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is about to happen? Do y'all think Bitcoin is going to go over here and pass 114K? Or do you think it's not? Do you think it's just going to crash? Because, you know, a lot of people right now are probably expecting this to just start going crazy and keep pumping. But, you know, it's possible for things like this to just end up dumping here. Like this would be the definition of a double top. Right. If something like that were to happen right now, I think everybody would be devastated. If you actually look back here, the same exact thing happened. The same exact thing. It was a double top. This is a huge possibility. This is a very, very, very big possibility right here. And just to kind of show you guys the difference between the percentages here. Let's go from this top to this top and the days, how long it took. So for this top to play out, that was a 6% difference between both tops here. And that took 213 days. 213 days, and it was only a 6% difference between those two tops there, right? Now, let's say we take it to current times, and obviously it's going to be a little bit different if this were to happen because there's more volume now. Right now, we're not even at 6%. We're at a 1% difference between the two tops. So that difference is at 1%. So it's very, very minimal right now. But let's say it did do something similar to what it did inside the past, and it did like a 6% difference. That would look something like this. And there's more volume, so it may go a little higher, which would then bring you to what? 119K. That is exactly what I say. You got to watch out for 119K. There's a possibility that it could really break past it, but there's also a huge chance that it could have a heavy rejection up at that 119K area. And we're inside a really nice channel right now. So yeah, it could keep pumping and it could come out of the channel and it could try to do it again and then get rejected. Just kind of like how I did back there in 2021 and like how I did here. You know, it broke out, got rejected, broke out, tried to do it again, it got rejected, tried to do it again, and got rejected. So that's always the possibility as well. Let's see. And then we can scroll it here and we can kind of see the same thing. Broke out multiple times, created one new all-time high first, right? The first new all-time high it created was around October 20th, 2021. And then it created a new all-time high around November 11th, 2021, and still got rejected. So yeah, it did a double top from here to here, and that was a double top. So yeah, that's yeah. Definitely crazy. Summon Technical, shout out to Summon Technical. It says make video Dogecoin. I'll definitely make more videos on the official Dogecoin. I'll make some more on that. If you want me to do a full technical analysis on Dogecoin in this live stream, go ahead and send a super chat or Cash App or PayPal, and then I'll go ahead and make that on this live stream. But if not, I would definitely make the technical analysis on a separate video. But moving on, we're actually almost at 1.9 million holders, if not past that, actually, on Baby Doge. So let's go ahead and see where that's at. But yeah, it's not all holders, obviously. Like I mentioned in my previous video, like a lot of them are just people who sold and then still have like a very tiny amount inside of there. So yeah, we also have people still buying pocket change, really. Then we got some people selling. We got some people. Yeah, I can't tell if this is like a bot or someone actually day trading or a little bit of both. We got Raider Mendoza here says, so what we thinking 115K before Memorial Day, end of month, then possibly listing by crypto.com and Coinbase. Oh, you're talking about that for Baby Doge. I don't know, because looking over here to see. I don't know. So with the crypto.com and the Coinbase thing, they did mention prepare for June, and they kind of teased something with crypto.com. So I think inside of June, we could see something. I don't know about Coinbase, but they did mention something about crypto.com. So we can kind of pull up that tweet actually. And as for Bitcoin, 114, 115K, I think that could be coming pretty soon. But yeah, it could also be a pretty big rejection. Yeah, so let's pull this up. Where is that post that they did? Somewhere on here. So yeah, here they're like, are you ready for June? And then right before that, they said Baby Doge is trending on crypto.com, yet isn't listed there. So this could be, a little bit of a tease here. They might be teasing, Baby Doge a little bit right there. So I don't know. Like this is I think it's good. I really think that we might be getting something, but that's a big maybe. That's a big might. So yeah. Baby Doge is trending on crypto.com, yet isn't listed there. And then when you scroll up, are you ready for June? Same day. So maybe it's a big stretch, but yeah, we'll see. Your little Ripar says Baby Doge all-time high with the latest Bitcoin activity / wallet tracking. I don't think Baby Doge is gonna reach an all-time high anytime soon. That'd be a huge move for Baby Doge to do. And as for Bitcoin just created new all-time highs, but Bitcoin is definitely on a different level than Baby Doge. Like Baby Doge is, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see Baby Doge doing anything like too crazy at this moment unless we get a major exchange listing. Like even with Bitcoin rising, because Baby Doge creating a new all-time high, first it would have to go up 200% from where it's at now. This is a 200% gain up to the previous all-time high, and then like a new all-time bringing it to like 8Z7 or 8Z8, even coming up here to 7Z1. That's 370% in gains. Like that'd be a insane amount actually. It's always possible though. Crypto.com listing probably, yeah. Possibly could be seeing that crypto.com listing. So I would definitely say be patient for that, because that you don't know if it's going to happen in June or not. But they did say something's coming in June. They said get ready for June. Well, they said, are you ready for June? So yeah, that could mean anything. But yeah, they like to do that type of stuff right before they drop some type of big news. So yeah, you would definitely want to prepare for that. And also for the people that are trading, remember what I was mentioning before. This is a pretty easy trade, and you can kind of see it going up right now. We're at 1800 right now. So I called it like around this area at the support at 1775. I think we're going to go up to 1875. That's going to be a 5% trade right there. Or you could hold it for slightly longer for a 23% trade. Right, so we're looking at a 5% trade, or a 23% trade, or a 70% trade. So yeah, so for some people, I think right now it's looking probable that we could get up here to this 1875 area for 5%. And also, like I talk about trading a lot, but because it's it could be very lucrative now. We see these types of moves every single day inside Baby Doge. Not even when volume is doing crazy numbers. Like we see these moves every day. Like if you were watching this area here, you could have you wouldn't have been able to make out the fact that this is a pattern until this area here, and then this area here. Once that hit, then you'd be like, okay, this is a pattern. So I wouldn't have even got in here, because getting in here means that what if it goes all the way down here, and then you're just missing levels there. So I wouldn't have got in, and then I would be like, oh man, I missed it, because then it goes back up, and then it would have did it again, and I know I wouldn't not have gotten in, because I'd be like, no, I might go back down to here, it might even break. Then I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So then it would have went up to here, and then it would have kept going. Then I would be like, no, I'm not doing it, because then it's probably going to crash. And then right here is probably where I would have been like, okay, we're probably going to break past this level, possibly. So I would have waited, seen it do this, seen it pull back, waited, been like, okay, this is real at this point. And then at that point, I probably would have got in and did this trade. So in reality, I might not have made 5% just because I would have been a little bit too cautious. So I would have waited right there and then just took this and rode this all the way up to this area here, which would be 8%. So some people are probably like, well, that's just 8%. But the thing is, when you make these type of trades every day and you make sure you take the safest route possible every single day, you're doing the most safe trade ever, like the safest trade ever, to where you know you can't lose because you're being ultra safe with it. Just imagine locking in 8% per day. Just imagine that. Like, some people don't, see the vision, but I see the vision. Because if you had 10K, right? 8% of 10K, we can go ahead and that's $800. So this is 8%, $10,800. Boom. You might not do 8% every day, but you can definitely do 5% every day, which that's $500 when you look at $10,000. And you do this every day for a month. That's $15,000 a month off of your $10,000. And then when you add that 15,000 to your 10,000, now you're compounding. So now you're doing 5% every day, which is $1,250 a day, which could be 30,000 a month, 37,000. But the main thing is discipline. The main thing with trading is discipline and risk management. So like you gotta make sure, like, if you're losing on the trade, you just gotta sell it. You just gotta sell it if you're losing. And yeah, you just gotta have some really good discipline. Like when you see your 5% gains, sell. Don't just wait because you want to get the 23% gain, or you want to wait so you can get the 71% gain. When you're day trading, sometimes you just gotta sell. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta make that move. Samson Taylor says off of $10,000. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, that's definitely possible to do inside of trading with Baby Doge too as well, because it's really just about locking in that 5% per day. As long as you can lock in 5% every single day, then you're gonna do some really good numbers. But then you're also risking $10,000 every single day on every single trade. And really, you only need one good trade per day. Like again, like this right here, I would have been very skeptical of it. I wouldn't have got in here to even make the money off of this trade, even though that right there would have been about 5% just in itself. I would not have taken this trade. So yeah, that would have been 6.6%. But I would not have taken that trade because that's a risky trade, because it has not confirmed yet that this is the pattern. Only when it hit here and then kind of hit here again is it confirmed as a good pattern. But since it kind of hit this area twice, I would have been scared that it would go down to this next support, and I would have not got in on this trade here. I just wouldn't have done it. And then when it went up, I would have been like, okay, I didn't do it, but it doesn't matter because I didn't lose money. Didn't make it either, but I didn't lose it. So then I would have seen this. I would have seen that it broke the trend a little bit, and I would have been scared to get in and wouldn't have done nothing. Then when we hit this right here is the trade right now. Like this would have been a good trade. Like that would have been a textbook trade. It went, bounced off the trend line, hit, bounced off the upper trend line as well. So this is the type of trade that traders like to see. They probably would have just sold out early, around this 5% flat area, and then after fees, maybe you're getting like 4.5%, but it's still a nice gain. Still a nice, decent gain. Now, Bitcoin is a little bit different when you're trading it because just the way it moves a lot different. Yeah, Bitcoin moves a lot different. The moves are sometimes unexpected, and the percentages just aren't as great. So you can see here that would have been a 4% gain, but you don't see stuff like that inside of Bitcoin every day. Like some days are really choppy. Like the 16th, you would have had almost no opportunities to make gains. Well, the 17th, you would have had literally no opportunity to make gains on your trades. Like you would have been trying to trade for pennies, and then all the fees that you incurred doing these trades, they just would have wiped you out. Like 0.38% on that. Like you're not making nothing off of that. Now the only time you're gonna make money off of a 0.38% trade is if you're like a millionaire. And then if you have 0.38% Like that's $3,800. But like you're trading with $1 million at that point. So Samson Taylor says, I hold a small bag of baby Doge, $438 worth. Okay. So what I would say, if you hold a small bag, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. This is definitely not financial advice. But if you hold a small bag of baby Doge, like you just said, then the best bet would be like, because I'm pretty sure you're looking at that 438 and you're just like, you know what, whatever, it's just 438. You're not gonna put your life savings in there, so you just put you have 400 in there now. The best bet for you wouldn't even be to sell for like 5%. Like 5% off 438 is not gonna do nothing for you. And to be honest, let's say even 23% is not going to be much for you either. That's just going to bring you up to $538. So I think the trade for you is to do the 70% one, just to hold it a little bit longer and then take your gains and go, because like that's, and also if we get listed to crypto.com or Coinbase next month, I don't know about Coinbase. They didn't say much. They didn't say nothing talking about Coinbase, but they did say, are you ready for June? Like something big is going to happen in June. I don't know what it's going to be. Something big is going to happen. They also mentioned the crypto.com thing. So possibly crypto.com listen, I don't know. But let's say you did the 70% option here. Sold all the way up here at about let's bring it down a little bit. So yeah, 70%. You sold at this level up here at AZ3050. So you would go from 438 to 744. That could still be a good amount of gains, especially because usually when baby Doge gets around 8C30, it likes to pull back a lot. You could easily buy back on the pullback and then make more on the way up if it were to do something like that. But yeah, with that much, it's more so better to hold for a longer time when you have a smaller amount like that. But when you're working with like 10K, you don't want to hold forever with baby Doge. Like if you're working with 10K, you see your 5% gains and you get out, because 5% of 10,000 is $500. And $500, if you can make that every day, like you'll be straight. Like you don't gotta work at that point if you can make 500 every day. Like that is your work. Samson Taylor says, I'm starting to hold a lot more of meme coins because of June. Don't want to miss what might happen. Yeah, that's true. And something can definitely happen in June. And right now, baby Doge isn't even that expensive at 8Z 1800. I remember I was buying baby Doge all the way up at the top. Like I was buying up here, day trading up here, and then day trading on the way down. So like this right now is actually a pretty cheap price compared to what everybody else, including myself, was buying at as well. So yeah, we're not doing too bad right now. Raider Mendoza says, that's why I'm holding a bit strong, even with the urge to cash in on my gains. Yeah, because something big can happen. And hey, if you guys watched the videos that I was making around the time that we had the major pump, like this one all the way back here, this one right here, you guys will see that I missed this right here. I missed all of that right there. I missed it. And let me tell you, I made that leading up to there just in day trading, but had I just held, I wouldn't even had to day trade. Like, look, this is like 136%. This whole area here, like I was day trading this whole time and I was making money on the way up, and I had made about 130% doing that. But then just to be out of the market right here, and then boom, one major pump comes, and then I missed the whole thing. But I technically didn't miss it because I made it all the way back here, just doing small trades here and there. But you know, that comes to show sometimes it's better to just hold. But I'll say this again: when you're dealing with baby Doge, just sell when it hits a peak. Like if it hits a huge amount and it's like peaking out, just sell it, because we've seen it time and time again. It always comes back down. So you'll always have the opportunity to make that money back. Now, I thought it could be different when we got listed to Binance. I was like, it could be different this time. We got listed to Binance. I was like, you know what? We might not ever go back to 8Z1. Well, we went to 9Z9. So, yeah, it's always good when you're dealing with baby doge to just, take your gains out when you see them. We went down to unforeseen levels, right? All the way down to 9Z9. I was like, man, there's no way we're going to do this after getting listed to Binance. And we did it after getting listed to Binance. It took a while. It definitely took a while. We got listed to Binance in this area right here. And then we just started going crazy. And then eventually it went right back down to where it was before, like it always does. The whales sell at the top. The developers sell at the top as well. So you might as well sell at the top as well. But yeah, definitely hold strong until that next pump comes. And then you could be cashing in on it. Let it drop again. Repeat the same thing over and over. It's a nice rinse and repeat cycle, really. I guess the problem is just building up the money to be able to leave it in there. Like building up an amount to where like you're not worried about it. Just kind of let it do what it does. But yeah, we're doing decent right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, if you guys want me to go over a specific crypto, you can go ahead and send super chat, Cash App, or PayPal, either one. And yeah, if you guys want me to do that, I'll go ahead and do a technical analysis and fundamental analysis on a specific project if you want. But in the meantime, let me go back over here to Bitcoin. Okay, so we had some weakness here. Definitely had some weakness here with Bitcoin. But now we're waiting to see what this candlestick does. A lot less buying. I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's a possibility that we get rejected. It's kind of staying here for too long. Like, it's staying at this level for too long to the point where I'm kind of afraid for it. Like, I think a pullback might be imminent. We might just see another pullback. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Another pullback just might happen for Bitcoin. I mean, it'll probably be a brief little pullback. Probably won't be nothing too serious. If we are to stay inside of this channel, then possibly to like 106K, staying within the channel, and then having a major pump, getting us to all-time highs at 119K. So a pullback isn't that bad. A pullback is only bad in Bitcoin if we break this trend line. If we break this trend, that's bad, because we've been in this trend since April. Like the beginning of April, we've been inside the same trend, and we've respected that trend the whole way here. And you rarely ever see movement like this to where it just so perfectly stays inside of the channel. Like a lot of times they don't, like these coins, like in Bitcoin and that everything really, they don't like to stay inside these channels like this. So when you see them inside these channels and respecting the trend lines of these channels, that just kind of tells you are probably going to want to, stay diligent. So this one right here wasn't really these channels right here are more common than these. Like this type of channel, it respected it the whole time and didn't really break out of it. This one broke out of it briefly here and a little bit here. Couldn't even touch it here before it ended up breaking out. So these ones are a little bit hard to read over here, but these are the easier ones to read. Yeah. Okay, now we're at 1808 here. And Baby Doge is breaking out. Like I mentioned before, this is an easy 5% trade right here. Easy 5% from where I pretty much called it at down here. 1775. 5.6%, give or take. But after fees and stuff, probably 5.5, maybe 5%. But yeah, it's still possible that it rejects here. But I'm not too worried about that right now because it is looking pretty strong. So yeah, this trade is definitely looking strong. But we'll see what happens. We got Crow trending here on X. I don't even want to scroll down because, you know, when you're dealing with Twitter, or as they call it, X, like you get random posts that you just don't even want to see. And sometimes those posts can come up while you're you know, on a live stream like this. So I'm gonna roll the dice and scroll. But you will see some stuff that could get you banned in a second. So I'm trying to see why it's trending. We got no idea when will Crow reach $1, but we know how the money flows on Crow. I think that person needs to work on his grammar a little bit. I don't know what he's trying to say. But hey, I could probably tell where Crow's about to go if I did a technical analysis. So yeah, let me see a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to go over a Crow technical analysis. Let's see where Crow's gonna go. Babo says, hi, bro. What's up? Can you tell me when Bitcoin could make a pullback? Yep, just went over that. Bitcoin can make a pullback soon. As it could make a pullback now, or it can make a pullback next time it hits the top of the channel, which is around 114 to 115K. So either now or 114 to 115K, or it runs straight up to 119K and pulls back. So yeah, those are the levels we're watching for Bitcoin. Okay, I guess it's just people talking about Crow. But yeah, Crow goes up to $1. Looking at a good 1,000% in gains right there. Yep, no problem. But yeah, a good 1,000% in gains if Crow goes up to $1. I don't know how likely that will be right now, but Crow is definitely one of the biggest and most underappreciated and undervalued coins. Like, people underestimate Crow a lot, and it's tied to one of the largest exchanges and one of the most important exchanges in the US. You guys got to think, in the United States, we cannot use Binance. Binance US sucks. Coinbase is our only other option, and Crow, and also Kraken. Like, those are the top 3 exchanges in the US. Coinbase, crypto.com, and Kraken, in that order too. So we don't really have major exchanges like that in the US that are actually approved for us. So Crow is definitely one of the biggest, and it's one of the most important. Like, in the United States, if us Americans, if we can't use Coinbase because they won't let us use it or something, or banned us. Like, for a while, I wasn't able to make deposits to Coinbase. It wouldn't work. So the only other option I could do is Crow. And these are like the big major exchanges. I don't mess around with small exchanges because they can just freeze your money like that. I don't mess around with small exchanges. And this is when I'm on ramping. When I'm on ramping and off ramping, I don't mess around. I don't want to mess with small exchanges when on ramping and off ramping. So if I can't use Coinbase, I got to use crypto.com. If I can't use crypto.com, I got to use Kraken. I've never used Kraken and I don't want to use it. So I use Crow. I use crypto.com and they have never let me down, not once. And I've been using crypto.com for a very long time now. So yeah. GL Clothing says Crow is creating tons of utility, not only for the US, but worldwide. That's 100% true. A lot of people are really underestimating Crow, and it's probably one of those things that you're definitely going to want to get into. This person says, look at ETH. Like, bro, wake up. Crow's on there, though, on Robinhood. I don't know if you can actually buy Crow on Robinhood. Let me see if you can actually buy Crow on Robinhood. Crypto. No, you can only look at it. You can only look at Crow on Robinhood. You can't actually buy it. Interesting, but yeah. This person just now dropped a bag on 10,000 Crow. Yeah, the Crow has a really strong community. Chronos, Crypto.com, they got a really strong community. I'll say that much. You got the latest post on Crow. Which are all scam posts. GL Clothing says people forget XRP was under 30 cents for years, and then boom, over $3 per coin. I know same will happen with Crow once the whole roadmap completes this year. Yeah, that. And see, the thing is with Crow, like $1 Crow, just look at the circulating supply. Like $1 would put it at 29 billion. It's done it before, and it could do it again. So it got all the way up to 22 billion before. But remember, circulating supply is increasing. So effectively, that circulating supply, well, no, it could be decreasing. Let me actually see what was the price at that all-time high. That was 96 cents. Oh, okay. So yeah, it is increasing. It did increase a little bit. But yeah, $1, it would be 29 billion in market cap. And I mean, 29 billion, 30 billion market cap, that's not bad. That's not bad. And I've seen a lot of shitty projects actually do that. And Crow is definitely a good project. So you can see what some of these random projects do. Just think about what Crow can do. Like you've seen what the Trump coin did. Well, I mean, with Trump, he kind of has a huge following already, and he's literally the president of the United States. So it's kind of expected for his coin to do the numbers that it did. I'd actually be surprised if it didn't do the numbers that it did. Like Trump's coin, all the way up to 8.7 billion in market cap. That's what it peaked out at. Yeah. I don't think anyone's really looking at his coin though. Not anymore. 15-minute chart here. Okay. If this green candlestick right here gets above this red wick right here, then that is a very bullish sign. So this candlestick here is considered Hold up. Yeah, it does look like it's going up there. It's making its way up, but if it gets rejected, I mean, it's going down. So just kind of gotta watch it. Baby Doge at 1813. Again, what we're waiting for here is a 5.6% gain here. Really, it looks like 5.7%. Let's just say 5.7%. That's what it looks like. 1875, yeah. But really, we want to go from 1874, not 76, but 1874. 1875, where is that? $18.75 to $17.75. Yeah, that's 5.6, 5.66 to be exact. But yeah, like I mentioned here with this pattern right here, we're looking at 5.66% in gains. Called it at 1775 once we broke this resistance. And it seems like, let's move this over. Let's take this one out. Move this over. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what this does. But yeah, this one right here is easy numbers right there. Very, very, very easy numbers. Denise says, "Hey, what's up? What's up, Denise? Let's see. But yeah, these charts right now are moving really slow, but it usually happens like this at night. In the morning, everything's gonna go wild. Like I would say, give it till about 4 or 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. Then you'll probably end up seeing the most movements that you'll see for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to run, then you might just see it getting up here to these levels and then pulling back after 114, 115K. So yeah, give it till about that morning time until like all the big money people start playing around. That's when you're really going to see the big movements. Babo says, can I ask you one more question? I'm new in the crypto world. I hold a baby Doge and Giga Chad. Can you only tell me something about Giga where it could go short term? I don't know if I should go out or not. I don't know about Giga. I don't really know enough about that project. But if you want me to do a manual technical analysis on a specific project, send a Cash App, Super Chat, PayPal, any of that, and I'll go over a whole technical analysis for you if you just send a Super Chat through. So just send a Super Chat through, and then I'll go over the technical analysis for that for you. But yeah, as of right now, Baby Doge is definitely making its way. Right now, we're at 1815, almost 1875. That's where we need to go to. That'll be a 5.6% gain right there. That'll be an easy trade. Remember, called it here at 1775. Babo says, all right, I'll do that. No problem. Oh, we just got a red candlestick in. So let's see if this is gonna be the end of this trend. And usually it's not. Usually it's not the end of the trend. So I wouldn't be worried about it. If you are in that trade, definitely pay attention to it. But don't fear the red. Don't fear the red. Remember what happened right over here. 2 red candlesticks brought us down to here. Then we had the continuation. But it's still possible that it does go down to 1775. Let's also see what Bitcoin's doing. You gotta know what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, so Bitcoin is still moving up. Also, whenever I day trade, I like looking at the 5-hour chart more. Or I mean the 5-minute chart more than the 15-minute chart. Honestly, the 15-minute chart shows you a lot more data. It shows you really what's going on here. So if this candlestick continues to go down, I'm looking for it to go down to 1795. And then we should get some continuation from there. And that's because that's where the previous minor resistance is. So yeah, let's see what it's gonna do from there. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what we get there. Some pullbacks. A little bit of a pullback on Bitcoin also. Maybe that has something to do with baby doge dropping. Also, another thing you can do when you're looking at baby doge, you definitely could look see what's going on with the transactions. You see someone sold from there to the pancake swap liquidity. This is the BUSD pancake swap liquidity. How much was sold there? Oh, a very small amount. Very minimal, actually. So small, it doesn't matter. We're looking for large transactions. Large sales, really. All right, this is value in USDT. Or, value in USD. $2,000 going back to pancake swap liquidity. $2,000 sell, $3,900 sell, $2,100 sell. All different people. $1,100 sale. Small little wash trading amounts. Creating fake liquidity, not fake liquidity, but creating fake volume. That's what a lot of tiny trades like this can be. It can be considered as fake volume. Yep, this is from pancake swap to that. So that's a purchase. Nothing big though. Usually we don't see big transactions in baby doge. Usually, like they're always these small, tiny, minuscule transactions. So also when you see price changes like that, it could be futures, could be people trading futures also causing that, because you're not going to see the futures trading in here. You're not going to see it inside these transactions. At least I don't believe you'll see them in here. Actually, no, you shouldn't be able to see them in here. Yeah, all pennies, pocket change, more pocket change, 5,200. So this person sold, and then they sold some more. This person has 177,000. Looks like they're day trading. Yeah, doing a lot of day trades. Interesting. Okay, Bitcoin 110.9K, almost at 11K Bitcoin. Babydoge starting to have another green candlestick coming in. This is a bullish sign. Psych, that's not bullish. But hey, look, it's a little tiny green candlestick. All right, this candlestick could be a bullish sign. I still do believe that it's going to end up getting up here to 1875. So this is still the same 5.6% trade, 5.66% trade. Also, well, and I can't really do that. I was gonna say, like, what if you had 100,000, but then the price impact would mess with the amount of the money that you make and all that. That's why when I talk about day trading, but like with large amounts of money, like if you're using $100,000 day trading, you're probably more better off trading stocks because there's more liquidity and there's more market cap, there's more volume, so there's really not much of a price impact. So you're not just losing a bunch of money on your trades. And also when you're doing technical analysis, sometimes you can get a false signal. Sometimes you get false signals from doing your technical analysis, right? So this right here is what they call a shooting star. Wait, let me zoom in on that. This is a shooting star candlestick. When you see the tail going upwards, and then you see this circular, not circular thing, but then you see the candlestick at the bottom. So when you see the upward tail and then the candlestick at the bottom, this is a shooting star. And it typically means you're about to have a drop. So you see it coming up from the uptrend, you get your shooting star, so you know you're about to have a small downtrend. That's exactly what we had here. We had the uptrend, we got our shooting star, so we know we're about to have our downtrend. And we did have a downtrend, but this is like a short term. Like you see this type of stuff in the short term, and this is what makes day trading sometimes a very, very technical thing to do. A very technical thing to do. Same thing here. You got your shooting star here, and then you can see it goes up and then down. That's how a shooting star is. It pretty much is like the inflection point of your trade. It shows that that's where it's about to go down at, pretty much. So that's just one of the different candlesticks patterns. This is another thing you can look at for reference. This has not all of them, but it has a lot of what you need. Let's zoom in on this. So yeah, this is the shooting star I was talking about. It's bearish. And then you got the hanging man, which is like an upside down shooting star, which is also bearish. So it's also good to have this up while you're doing that. So it could show that we're gonna get a little bit of a pullback. All right, I said pullback like it's in Maybach, but you can get a pullback a little bit from here. Like I was mentioning before, it could drop down to here. This is a bearish candlestick here. This is what they call the hanging man, but it could also be a hammer, and it could also be a inverted hammer if it was a green candlestick doing this. But these are red candlesticks that are doing this. So, but this is such a big candlestick that this right here could be considered a bullish one as well because it's a bigger candlestick. So if we get another green candlestick that matches this one right here, that matches this red candlestick, then what we can end up seeing is something that's actually bullish. But we'll see. Also, you're seeing on the MACD, the volume is kind of decreasing here, almost like a stair step, and it's going towards the bearish side. So this actually could be the sign of a reversal here. So I didn't take this trade because I'm like making this video live. So me personally, if I seen this, I would be concerned and I would be like, okay, maybe I'll close the trade out for 1.7%. And 1.7% is not bad on a trade, because if you got a lot of money, like 1.7% is a lot of money. Like it's still pretty good. 1.7%, that's $170. You do that either every single day for a month, you got $5,100. So this is just a small trade though. Like, and also you can kind of see how this green candlestick's starting to grow. And like I said, sometimes these can give you false signals. Like you don't always want to trade on like candlestick patterns. Like sometimes they can give you false signals. So you always want to pay attention to that. But yeah, also you got to look at what's leading up to it. Yeah, now it's starting to go up. What is leading up to those candlesticks? That is also another important thing that you want to look at. So right before that one, we had the bullish 3-line strike. Well, it was kind of interrupted by this, but nonetheless, though, just about. All right, so now we have some more buying coming in for that candlestick. This is also another perfect example here. That is the inverted hammer. We've seen an inverted hammer here. And we did have drops coming in right after that, but then it was immediately followed by purchasing. So first we seen the inverted hammer, and then we also seen kind of what looked like a hammer as well. And then we had a drop, but that was immediately followed by what? The inverted hammer. And we kind of seen it going up from there. Right now we are still working our way up. Let's see where we're going. Yeah, 1875. Anna Ayala says Bitcoin at 110K. Yeah, Bitcoin is actually making its way up there at 111K, actually 111.1K. I mentioned if we get past this area right here, that's super bullish, and we actually just now passed it. So yeah, that was the new resistance that we created with our new pattern here. So we kind of got to wait and see what type of candlestick pattern we're going to see. Yep. Definitely definitely rewind that video or the live stream where I said, hey, if we pass this area here, we're probably going to shoot straight up because that was our resistance. And now we're shooting straight up because we got past that resistance. And yeah, this is definitely a good sign. Does not necessarily mean we're going to go all the way up to this level. Let me bring this back. Doesn't necessarily mean that we'll go all the way up to our top of our trend line at 114, 115K, but it puts us in an even better position to get up to that level. So that's definitely very good for us. Now, what do we see here? No, nothing too important right now. Yep, and Baby Doge is going up as well still, 1875 on the horizon. Almost already at 11 or 111.5K almost already. The MACD is starting to print 2 big green candlesticks here. So we're about to have another increase in movement and momentum here with Bitcoin. The RSI is way oversold here on Bitcoin as well, or I mean way overbought. So you can see it's very much overbought here. Anytime it gets above this 70 range here, that means that the RSI is overbought. And anytime it gets below the range down here at 30, then it is oversold. So right now the RSI is overbought by a long shot on the daily chart, that is. Now, since we're looking at short-term stuff right now, even when you look at it on the short term, on the 15-minute chart, it's way overbought, but it can stay overbought for a long time. Like from May 21st, all of May 21st, it was overbought. So all of this was overbought, but it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. So it can do that for a long time. So we could see it, continue to go up until it hits that trend line. It's possible. And then also, if we look at the 1 hour chart, we're entering the overbought territory, but not necessarily 100% there for the 1 hour chart for the RSI. The MACD, though, definitely looks like it's about to hit a point where it's ready for a reversal. That's when you start to see the light colored green candlesticks. Once it comes after that, like you'll see it like this, like one light green candlestick, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'll curve downward, and this is indicating downward momentum. And it usually isn't always a huge sell-off. You can see downward momentum here. You can see it here, downward momentum. It starts here, but then it ends here with the red candlesticks. Same thing here. Those candlesticks start turning white, and then you start to see the reverse to the selling here with the MACD. Same thing here. Starts turning a lightly colored green, and you start seeing the downtrend. So if that starts happening right now, then we could actually start seeing a little bit of a pullback, but it won't be a really big one. It shouldn't be a really big one. Anything can happen, but we'll see. And this trade is still good. I actually wish I would have put some money in on this trade, but then I would have had to on-ramp some money into babydoge, into crypto, really, through crypto.com. And then I would have had to send the money, the BNB, to my trust wallet, and then I would have had to start doing the trading in there while I'm trying to do the live stream. So it would have been too much. So I didn't want to do it. But it is an easy 5% right here. Very easy 5%. Yeah, that would have been an easy 5%, easy. And I probably would have put like $3,000 in it, but a little bit too late for that. I don't even include the 5.6% because I like to add in fees. You always have to remember fees. So, if you actually look at $3,000, what it is, 0.66% of 5,000 or 3,000, that's $19. When you're trading with PancakeSwap and you're trading with a lot of money, usually your fees are going to look like $19. So you can literally just add it in there like that. So the 0.66% is the fee. So that's why I say just 5% flat. So $150, like that's an easy trade right there. That is easy money. 1775 to 1875. Easy money trade. I think I might start doing live trading videos where I'm trading on PancakeSwap with babydoge live, just to show like every single day, is it possible to make 5% every day? And if you do, what is that going to look like? Because if I just trade with $3,000, because I wouldn't want to risk a lot live, because that'd be bad if I lost a lot of money live. If I just risk 3,000, that'd be 4,500 a month. So that is a good idea, and I think I might actually do that. But the problem is, if I do that, I'm gonna have to sit in front of this computer for a long time trading, because as you guys can see, it's been taking some time for this to happen. Like I think I called this around this time right here, somewhere around this time right here, 21:55. Yeah, I can't tell military time. So yeah, so around this area right here. So yeah, around 21:55 military time, give or take 9:55. But yeah, I started the live stream at 10, and we're looking at it around this area. So really around 22:15. So really around 10:15 p.m. is really when I started. When I called it. When I seen that it was started to do the reversal here is when I really called it. So around 10:15, I made that call. So we've been in this since 10:15. 11:50. So yeah, it's almost been 2 hours. Almost. So yeah. Hey, we got Cliff here. Shout out to Cliff Power, day one supporter as well. Says, wow, the Baby Doge crew, hello. Shout out to you, Cliff. I didn't put the live stream up early enough. I did another impromptu live stream, which I always do. But yeah, it came out of nowhere. But shout out to you, Cliff. I figured I would make this live stream because, you know, we're definitely trending up to the next level here in Baby Doge. Same thing with Bitcoin. I also see Bitcoin doing some really big numbers. But yeah, we got the Baby Doge crew here, Baby Doge army, doing live trading. Well, I'm not actually trading, but I really wish I would have put money in here because that would have been nice. You know, $350. Never complaining about that. That would have been a nice $350 right there. But yeah, let me know inside of the comments if anyone hopped in on this trade here that I was mentioning. Did anyone buy Baby Doge at 18 or at 1775 when I mentioned that we would probably have a nice pump here from there? Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up here. 2200 area.
No, a lot.
So that's what we're looking for right now. And currently, you know, at 1778, I would still say these are good prices. It would have been best to get in
This is
before
early.
it got out of this range, but now we're still kind of pumping. So this is the confirmation that you would want to wait for before you just go and hop in, let's say on a swing trade. So the confirmation is pretty much there now. It's pretty much confirmed that we're gonna continue to rise up here. The only way that this can be stopped is if Bitcoin did pretty much a bull trap on people and the bulls got trapped and it just started
Don't worry,
dump right here.
I didn't get in.
But typically when we create new
But I just
all-time
made some
highs on
some
Bitcoin, we typically continue to rise until that next resistance at the
I was
next
totally
Fibonacci
confident
retracement. And that is going to be
Yeah,
all the way up here at 119K.
Bang.
So 119K is looking like the next area for Bitcoin to stop at. And as this goes up to 119K, we're probably going to more than likely end up seeing Baby Doge going up here back to 2200. And then we got the resistance up here at 2750. So these are the levels that you're going to want to watch out for here inside of Baby Doge inside the near future. So we're probably going to end up seeing an immediate rise all the way up here, probably even getting to 8Z3. So 8Z30 is definitely another one of those levels that you would want to pay attention to and watch out for. So right now, this is the daily chart here on Bitcoin. Let me tell you, the daily chart on Bitcoin is looking absolutely bullish. You can see here the daily chart on Bitcoin with the MACD. Look at these green candlesticks starting to come in. These green candlesticks are definitely starting to come in. We're okay. So I just wanted to show y'all me calling that out live because I think that we are going to continue to run up to here and it will be 5%. So yeah, I think we will get that 5% like I mentioned. So we will keep watching this and see if I was right. Denise says, I hear echo. Yeah, I had I put it too close to the mic, so I started echoing. But yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call. Cliff Power says it's going to be great when we finally drop a 0. Yeah, hopefully we can do it with whatever is coming in June, because as we know, you know, they mentioned something's happening in June. They said get ready, or no, they said are you ready for June? But they said that after they mentioned the crypto.com thing, which that is what they do a lot before they end up doing something. They've done this with crypto.com before and didn't list it last time. So hopefully they actually list it this time. Because, you know, they said Baby Doge is trending on crypto.com, yet isn't listed there. And then I see Cliff went ahead and, you know, tagged Chris in there. So yeah, definitely got to hit that like button because we need Chris to list. And I think he might just do it. And then they come around with this. Are you ready for June? And I like to follow the money around these times. May 13th, 10:13 p.m. Remember that time of the day. May 13th, 10:13 p.m. and May 13th, 10:04 a.m. So looking at that, and we all know when you get listed to an exchange, you need liquidity. And you need liquidity for the exchange, so they got to take the money out for liquidity. So there was actually transactions made around that time in the developer wallets. So maybe I'm reaching a little too far here, but there is a possibility that we're going to be getting some type of listing. Let's see. So this is a big transaction, but that was 22 days ago, which is more than what it was. So okay, yeah, right here is around that time, 12 days ago. But that's a little bit before because it's the 21st, and if that was 12 days ago, then that would have been around the 9th. So who knows? Maybe they took money out before then. But yeah, $354 or $354,000 came out the Baby Doge developer wallet 12 days ago. $449,000 came out of the developer wallet 8 days ago, and $912,000 came out of their wallet 41 hours ago. And then 22 days ago, they took out $675,000. This is the first time in the last 126 days that they've taken anything out. Last time they took out a lot of money, 3.1 million, a lot, right? And then 587,000. So they took out a lot of money before, but now they just took out even larger amount here. Well, not even larger than before, but still good amount. 675,000. Well, let's do the exact amount. 675,438 plus 354,985 plus 449,106 plus 912, 500. So they took out $2.3 million in the last 22 days, which that's a lot of money. It definitely is. And I kind of already showed where all the money went. All the money first went to this wallet, and then that money just started to go to other wallets. Some went to the 13,000 went to the burn wallet. Let's see. Yep, some went to this wallet as well. So then after that, the money went to this wallet, which after that, it went to this wallet after that. And you can kind of see how they washed up the money really good, really good. Some of the money stayed in this wallet, and then some of the money left that wallet and went to this wallet, for which this wallet never sells and never has sold anything. So some of the money is just chilling inside of this wallet. I don't believe this wallet has sold anything. And then also some of the money went into this wallet, which then went into this wallet and this wallet. And then from there, you see how slick they do it. They do this very slick. So you can't really track it, but I can track it. And then they withdrew $50,000 into Binance. So they pretty much sold the Baby Doge and actually withdrew 50,000 here. And then 2 hours before that, they withdrew another 50,000. And then 41 hours before that, they withdrew 346,000. And then 2 hours before that, they withdrew 59,000. And then 2 days before that, they withdrew the 56,000, the 56,000. And then they withdrew another 56,000 2 days ago still. 51,000 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 52,000, 53,000 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 54,000, 8 days ago, 44,000, 8 days ago, 167,000. So all that money, they just sold it and then started withdrawing it. And it's kind of funny if you actually look what was happening in the last 8 days. We had selling, and that was pretty much them selling off to Binance. So that's what caused this drop right here, was them selling all those coins. And then they started selling smaller amounts. So you started to see choppy movement, and you started to see it selling off pretty much. So that's what they're doing. But this type of movement is really good because it really helps you do your trades. Like, you need movement like this if you want to make these type of trades. Like, all this right here was them selling. Like this is the developer selling. And it's funny because you see it sell, and then you see people buying back in, and then they sell more, and then it stops right here at the support because this is where buyers usually come in at. So buyers start coming in, and then that's easy money. That's very easy money, actually. And the reason why I say that is because if you take this and you look at the percentage that you just made there, you just made 6% all the way up there to the top. So the developers can sell all they want, but there are a lot of day traders watching these prices and watching their selling movements and watching their wallets as well, and then making a plan according to what they're doing. So yeah, that is what we got for that. Okay, Bitcoin 11.6K. Bitcoin's still overbought here on the RSI. 11.6K Bitcoin. Okay, now we're getting selling here on babydoge. But the real question is, have we hit a major resistance or a support area that could show that this could pull back more? Yes, actually, we are at one of the minor areas. So from there, I'll mark that area here. And this is pretty much what I do when I'm trading. I look for all these different levels, and I make sure nothing comes unexpected. So this level right here, we hit that as resistance before. So 1825 is a, well, I put it at 1827. I actually want to move it down to 25 a little bit. So it's at 26, down to 25 there. Okay. So we see that we've had constant resistance at 1825. And now we're seeing us getting rejected at that same level. Constant support as well at 1825. Didn't have it marked before, but see, I quickly spotted it. I was like, wait, why are we pulling back? Quickly spotted it and noticed, oh, we're pulling back because this is a level that we've had trouble with a lot in the past. And we've had that as resistance and as support time and time again in the past. So I see that, and then I make my plan accordingly from there. So if I actually had money in this, I would be a little bit concerned, and I would probably have been like, okay, we just broke that support. We just worked our way up here. So I would probably end up trying to just close out the trade here and then looking towards it going down here lower and then going higher. But there's a possibility that it doesn't do that and that it keeps running. So yes, we had trouble here, but there always could be that reversal. Where are reversal levels? So now you want to come back here and look at levels where we usually have reversals at. And yes, this is a lot of work for $150. I say this is a lot of work for $150, right? But let's say you were working at some warehouse job somewhere, like you would be doing a lot more work there than you are here on this computer, right? Now, and that's just $150. Like if you're trading with, like I was about to do with $3,000, like yeah, like you'd be doing all of it for $150 if you're trading with $3,000. But if you're trading with more than 3,000, like if you're trading with 10,000, you're doing all that work for $500. So this is like a few hours worth of work, right? I've been doing this for 2 hours. I've been doing this trade for 2 hours. So like, let's say it takes 1 more hour to get to the target price at 1875 from 1775. Then that's 3 hours of work for $150. And if you do the math there, 150 divided by 3, that's $50. Well, why did I even do that? I already know what 150 divided by 3 is. Look, sometimes when you have a calculator, you just use the calculator even though you don't have to use it because you don't feel like thinking. But yeah, $50 an hour would have $50 an hour would have made that right there. So $50 an hour is not bad. I do think that it's probably still gonna end up running, but there is a possibility that it pulls back a little more. But I think it's good because look where we stopped. We stopped at that last, let's just call it a minor resistance. Oh no, we're creating another candlestick here. So I guess we gotta wait for that candlestick. Am I seeing any patterns here? Nope. Don't see any patterns, at least for this one specifically. So now we just gotta wait, see what happens. This could be seen as a good minor pullback area where we can hit support, and we're touching because we're touching the top of this candlestick here. And if you look back here, I'm willing to bet there are other candlesticks here. Like, yep, immediately seeing one here. This is the area where it touched before. This is the area where it touched support before. Almost did it at these two areas. Broke it at this area. Touched it very briefly here. I'm gonna have to zoom in on that one so you guys can see it. Touched it right there. This area right here, you can see it touching it. So yeah, we could actually reverse and go back up from here. I'm willing to bet we did it again back here. Yeah, right here, 9th of May. Wait, no. We're looking at this one right here, the one that's like extremely close to it. So yeah, there is the possibility that we will hit this as a support and then go back up. There is that possibility. And it does look like it's going to do that. It does. So you can't just jump out of it because you see it selling off. But if it continues to go down and it goes down below 1800, then you want to sell off because now you're going below this minor support area. And I know I'm setting a lot of these support lines, but when you're day trading on the 5-minute chart, you have a lot of micro. We can call it either micro support levels or minor support levels. Micro sounds better. So like we have a lot of micro support levels when you're looking at the 5-minute chart. So it's really, really, really tedious, very tedious, and you just kind of gotta go with the flow. But the problem is when you see stuff like this where like developers are selling a lot of money. Like this is also $109,000 sold by the devs. When you're seeing them do stuff like that, and you're seeing these big whales selling a lot of money, it can really manipulate the market, and it can make it harder for you to make your trades. But it can also make it easier. You just don't want to make your trades at the same time as the devs are selling, because then if you do that, then you're really screwed. All right, so now we broke that level. Next level we got to look at, are we going to break this? If we break this, you might as well hop out the trade and take your profit where you have it. But if you don't break it, then we're still bullish if you don't break it. And you can also see Bitcoin's pulling back too. Finding how Bitcoin pulls back and brings everything down with it. So yeah, if Bitcoin starts crashing, then yeah, you can kiss it goodbye. But then you could still make the, that's still a little bit of profit if you close it out right here. If it goes below this line, and then you just close it out around here. But then there's no point of doing that because what about this level? It stopped here on the way up, and it also hit here as well. So see, you can always have these minor micro resistance and micro support levels. There's all these type of micro levels whenever you're trading, especially day trading on a 5-minute chart. You have all these micro levels that you can watch out for and pay attention to. So also, let's say you want to do a dollar cost average trade. When this goes down, you could buy more here. Even though you bought down here too, you could buy more here. So then on the way up, now you're making even more money when you get to the top. Michael Anthony, shout out to him. He says PFE Pfizer getting upgrades with their big deal on a cancer drug will add billions of dollars with upgrade today to $30 and another upgrade to $29, which probably about to type something else. Okay, so you're looking at that as like a good play. Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of stock market stuff. I guess I can show you guys that in the meantime. Let's close Bitcoin. I'll look at Pfizer in a second. So yeah, I'm actually in a trade right now inside of SPY. So I'm trading SPY right now. You can see I have all these different levels because I have a lot of different levels that I'm tracking it on. And it hits these levels to a T. Like you can see every single time it hits one of these levels, it bounces off, goes down, breaks this one. I'm actually pretty mad about this one because I had puts open. And I closed out my puts, right? And then I got in calls, did those calls, rode those calls up a little bit, sold here all the calls, and then it started to go down, and I'm like, okay, it should go up. And then I bought more calls right here, and then we got some bad news in the market, and then boom, it starts going down. But then I'm also seeing here on the MACD that we're starting to see is reversing towards the upside now. So it should, this is just the 15-minute chart, by the way. So we should be reversing to the upside on the 15-minute chart for the SPY. So I'm hoping that tomorrow we are bullish, because if we're not bullish tomorrow, I'm just going to close out the trade for a loss. And that's why I don't like swing trading. I'm not a swing trader. I'm a day trader at heart. But I'm trading on Robinhood, and I don't have a 25,000 in that Robinhood account, so I can't make unlimited day trades. But I did good on all 3 day trades that I did today. But I used all my day trades up today. On that 4th trade that I was about to make, I kind of got stuck in the trade, and I'm like, oh my god, because I kind of got in. I think I got in it like around here though. It started to go up, but I couldn't sell it because then I get flagged as a pattern day trader, and I didn't have 25,000 in the account. So I could have sold here for a little bit of like, it was like a $50 gain, but I could have sold, but then I would have to wait 90 days to make my next day trade. So, oh my God. So, okay. Then I left it. Then it went down after market. And now I'm like, okay. Now I'm just waiting for it to do its little reversal. Yeah, it's whatever. It is whatever. So I'm waiting for that reversal right now. But yeah, huge red candlestick, a lot of selling going on. What else we got? Also, I'll look at Pfizer in a second. We have United Healthcare. So a lot of people are talking about United Healthcare, and they're like really bullish on it, right? I was thinking about opening up calls down here, but I did not open up calls, which I regret because I would have made a lot of money. But I didn't do it for a strategic reason that I think some people are failing to look at, and that is the major support. And the major support says $187. So a lot of people are not looking at the major support area, which is at 187, which we haven't hit yet. We have not reached this level. Let me take off our volume. Take off that volume. Boom. $187 major support hit March 20th. Major support still hit October 2017. March of 2020. September of 2017. And then it was used as a resistance July of 2017. And a lot of people aren't looking at that level. So yes, it could just keep taking off because of the CEO. Just now they changed CEOs, and they also gave the CEO $60 million worth of options. But the problem with the $60 million worth of options, like it's a 3-hour expiry date. Like the expiration date is not 3 hours, a 3-year expiration date, which means that it could literally continue to go down. And that's why I'm like, look, I am waiting. I would do puts here, but it's very, very risky to do puts going down to 187. Like your risk to reward ratio is very low. Like, yeah, you can make money on the way down to 187, but then if you do puts and then it goes all the way up to 600, like the risk to reward ratio is way off. So I would not do puts right now. And when you look at the MACD on the daily chart, the MACD is looking bullish. So you can see the MACD could easily reverse to the upside. Look at that. Way oversold down here. but it could sell off even more. It could stay very, very, very reckless until it hits here, and then it could just take off. So that's why I'm like, I'm not doing calls. I'm just gonna let it drop, and if it doesn't drop, cool. I just missed the opportunity. That's all it is. But if it does drop down here, I will do calls at 187 and make big money. I won't do a long call to where I'm trying to go all the way to like 400. I'd probably take that from 147 up to or 187 up to like 250, like at max. I wouldn't try to get all the way up here. And I could probably find a level that would be good if I just looked at the let's look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, so yeah, where we stopped at before 250. Yeah. So I just kind of pulled that out of my head, but I didn't know we actually stopped at 250. So yeah, if we go down to 187, I'll take calls from 187 to 250. If not, then I'll just miss the opportunity to do calls now. So it's no big deal. But that is my plan. It could continue to rise, or it could go down 187. 187 is major resistance, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I'll look at Pfizer really quick. Pfizer. Let's look at a longer term chart because that would be much better. Maybe look at an even longer chart. I want to see. Okay. Yeah, Pfizer's chart doesn't look good. I'll just say that. It doesn't look good. It has had big recoveries in the past, which is always a good sign. But you did say they have some good news, so there is that. We have support areas to watch out for. I'll set another one here. Set another one here. Also look at these resistance areas because there's also support here as well for that. And that's actually where we are now. I didn't notice that. But yeah. Okay. So I guess if Pfizer goes down a little bit more, not to where it's at now, but goes down to $10.83, that would be a good time for me to do calls. But it more than likely wouldn't go all the way down there. Maybe it'll stop at 12 or at the $16 one, make a higher low from there. But damn, like that sucks. Like 2010, it's almost at the same prices as it was back in 2012. That's a very bad chart. Very bad chart. But yeah, let me get back over to Baby Doge though. But yeah, I'll watch out for that and might have some opportunities there if it pulls back. Maybe, possibly. Back to the 15-minute chart. We're having recovery here. That would be good if we do. Oh no, I got two Baby Doge charts on here. Bitcoin pulling back, could pull back here to 110.9K. Well, 111K, let's just say that. Could pull back to 111K flat, is overbought here on the 15-minute chart with the RSI very much overbought. So I would definitely watch out for that. Cliff says CDC Crow is looking good. Yeah, and Crow is like one of the more solid exchanges, especially for the US, because it's hard for us to get crypto exchanges approved in the US. I don't know how it is out there in Canada, but yeah, in the US, Coinbase, crypto.com, and Kraken, three major ones. And then Binance US sucks, so I don't even count Binance US. But yeah, crypto.com, and then Crow is tied directly to crypto.com, so that just puts it at a way better stance. So let's do Crow. I want to do it on the crypto.com to USDT. All right. Crow USDT, crypto.com. Put it on the 1 day chart. Scroll out. Oh yeah, I already have a Fibonacci here for it. So yeah, Crow is definitely undervalued. Like this is a hugely undervalued coin. But yeah, let's start making out these levels. We got one here. I would like to pull it up higher, but just so I can get the top of that one. Crow's chart is looking weird right now. Yeah, I'm a little puzzled on this chart. There's a lot of spikes here. But like look at when you scroll in on it and then like just random heights on all these spikes. So I would guess with this one I would just have to put it right here. But yeah, if I had to guess, the next level for us here with Crow is back to 11 cents. Especially with Bitcoin going up right now, I could definitely see Crow getting back to 11 cents. And then that'll be good because now we're in the double digits. Lots of partnerships lately, and it's going to blast off. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm definitely watching out for Crow. I really do think that Crow can be one of the greats, as we call them, in the crypto space. But the problem is that all these other coins are taking the market share. All the other coins are taking the market share, but the more people that sign up for crypto.com, the more people are going to buy Crow. And crypto.com is doing a really good job at promoting themselves. That's what I pay attention to most when it comes to crypto.com. And then, like you said, the partnerships that they're doing a lot. So over time, it's gonna start building up over time. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Yeah, this is the official Twitter. Just got to hold it long term. Yeah, and it's one of those things where you just set a target price and then just hold it till then. And me personally, I think $1 is that target price, but it's such a psychological price that people might sell right before $1. So I think 90 cents would be that level for me. Because people will probably, that's pretty much what happened back in 2021. It got up to 89 cents. Well, 96 cents as it says here. And then it almost got to $1, but that's the psychological price that most people didn't want to sell until it got to exactly $1. And then it got to 96 cents and started going down and they never sold. I feel like that's what happened to a lot of people 3 years ago. They were just like, you know what, we're gonna actually 4 years ago. Like, we're just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold until it hits $1. Never did it. But live and learn. Let's look back at the baby Doge chart. Okay, so it looks like it wants to keep going. You can see here on the MACD selling volume. So yeah, it wants to keep going, but it's struggling. Yeah, it is definitely struggling. Yeah, we're seeing Bitcoin pulling back as well. So let's pull Bitcoin back up. Oh, I put not Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's see. $11.3. Yeah, so 111.3K is what we got inside of Bitcoin. That's a decent. And then Baby Doge 1806. So I really want this to play out the way I want it to. Like I really want it to go up 5% before I close this live stream out. I want to see that happen. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but like I said, I'm here for it. Like called it how many hours ago? 2 hours and 26 minutes ago, or just let's say 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. Called it. Now I gotta wait for this to play out. It has to go up here. It has to 1875. 1875. I'm still confident in the trade, but it's looking a little bit more. It's looking a little less attractive of a trade, especially with Bitcoin going down. It's dragging everything down with it because really we're following Bitcoin. Let's be honest, we're following Bitcoin. Everybody's following Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets these red candlesticks. All the other projects are too. Looking oversold or overbought, not oversold. Overbought. Definitely looking overbought. But we will see. Yeah, we'll see. Has anybody else noticed Baby Doge, the following has kind of been dwindling down a little bit? Like the engagement with the community has kind of been going down. So I just kind of want to point this out. Baby Doge has been having less engagement. 758 likes on this post 11 days ago. And this is for an exchange listing, a big exchange listing at that. Blum Crypto, 5.3 million followers on X or Twitter. That's pretty big. I don't really consider views as engagement because views, just me doing this scrolling, that's a view. But I didn't actually view it. But it is a view. That's what they consider a view. I'm gonna only consider the likes. 759 likes. That's kind of low for Baby Doge. 12 hours. Now this is good, but it's been pinned since May 15th. 12 hours ago, 1K likes. 619 likes 13 hours ago. And then you got the views here, 24K. So the views are still high. This is pretty big. 40K views, 1.6K likes. 101K likes, but this is from Blum Crypto. Like this is their following looking at it. 1.2K likes, 48K views, 27. So I guess it's still doing decent. But I feel like we used to get way more. I can't even scroll all the way down there because so many. Maybe look at their highlights. But like, look, April 29th, 13K, like 614K views, 209K views, 1.6K likes. 2024, 364K views, 6K likes. 43K likes, 2024. 3.2 million views. Like Baby Doge used to do big numbers, like 1.3 million views, 7.7K likes. 1.5 million views, 2.9K likes. 422K views, 3.2K likes. Like they used to do way bigger numbers. GL Closing says, when Crow blasts off, it will blast off. Yeah, Crow is definitely. Let me pull that back up. Actually, where's Crow at? Because like $1, like that's a 10x from where we are now. If it gets up to $1, so I'll definitely say if it gets to $1, there's gonna be some happy people out there. And you just got to think about it. If you have $10,000 and your money is 10xing, you got 10,000 in Crow, and that's $100,000. And Crow is one of those coins that is more safe. It's safer than like a meme coin or safer than some random utility coin because it's tied to one of the largest exchanges. So it's pretty relatively safe, and it's actually close to its bottom right now. Like Crow is literally trading around its bottom. Typically, the bottom for Crow is like the 7 cents area. It usually bottoms out around 7 to 5 cents. So let's just say 5 cents is the bottom for Crow. It's at 9 cents. It's not that far from the bottom. So I think right now, even now, is would be a good time for Crow to do what it does. So yeah. And then we're also still seeing on Baby Doge. Baby's still doing good in the numbers here. As you can see though, the selling is still going on. It is what it is, but yeah, we're still getting selling. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. This these wallets, make sure the developers are not selling on us live. That would actually be pretty crazy if they were. Okay, we got transactions, $1,000 here, $1,000 there. Money going from PancakeSwap to the wallet. So these are purchases. PancakeSwap's wallet purchases. No money. Not much money, actually. Purchases. They're all purchases. Yeah, so it has to be people doing like futures trading that's really driving the price down. Now, this person sold 2,500. But yeah, it's got to be the futures traders that's really messing with the prices here. Because I'm not seeing any major transactions unless it's on like Solana or Ethereum, one of those blockchains. But yeah, other than that, really not seeing those major transactions that could really cause that to happen. But yeah, we're working our way back up, trying to get back up here to 1875. Yeah. So yeah, still doing these small little movements right now. I was gonna say hit the like button, but we got 17 likes, 8 viewers. So I think everybody already hit the like button. So shout out to y'all for hitting the like button. We got good metrics here for the live stream. I guess I'll just show that what it looks like on the YouTube screen. This is what I'm looking at. We got good metrics. Average view duration 9 minutes 51 seconds. Shout out to the Baby Doge Army. 160 views total. Concurrent viewers average is about 8. That's how much we have right now. Likes 17. New members. None. We've been doing this since 10. 234 so far. So yeah. Shout out to the Baby Doge Army for showing out and showing up to the live stream. And hey, I definitely need to schedule my live streams better, so then people have more of a notice, so people know when I'm going live. Because I have a bad habit of just coming out of nowhere with a live. But I really thought this live was really important because Bitcoin is literally about to get back up to the well, not back up, but all the way up here to the top part of this range. So this is a very, very, very important range. If Bitcoin can actually break out from here, that'll be nice. But what I'm really expecting is for it to respect the trend line and then go back down. So I am expecting a pullback. And the problem is what if we break this level on the pullback? That would be nasty and would bring us all the way down to 99K. We would retest that, and then we would make our way right back up if we had enough momentum. A big if. So there's a lot that we still got to do here as in terms of price action, but I think we're still posed for a good pump here. Yeah. And Baby Doge following Bitcoin, so pretty average stuff right here for Baby Doge. Let's hit that refresh button. Yep, just looking at these different wallets. The Binance Dex router, their wallet. And remember in my previous video, I showed you guys that Crypto.com has a Baby Doge wallet, and they have had a Baby Doge wallet for a very long time. So yeah, just remember Crypto.com does have their own Baby Doge wallet, which is pretty bullish. Just thinking about that. Transit finance router. Try to find it. Yeah, it'd probably be better for me to just find it a different way. I think they had They had about $12,000 in their wallet. So yeah, if I just go through here till I see the $12,000 wallet, I'll find theirs. Our bit. Blowfin. Should be on this page. No, not yet. Also, for the people who like to trade Baby Doge using BUSDT on PancakeSwap, you don't want to do that because, as you can see here, this is the V2 BUSDT Baby Doge wallet for PancakeSwap. So this is the PancakeSwap liquidity for BUSDT specifically. Notice it only has $13,000. That means that has low liquidity. That means that there is a very high price impact. So whenever you make a transaction, you should be getting 5,000 back, but you might get back 2,000 or you might get back 1,000 because it's such a high price impact for that specific liquidity. So you want to be careful with that. When I do my transactions, when I do my day trades, I don't like doing it with BNB. I use USDT. I don't use BUSD. I use USDT. So USDT to Baby Doge. That's what I do when I do my transactions. So yeah, I can't find the Crypto.com wallet. So Jimmy Durham says, hey, shout out to you. He said, hey, I'm at work right now. Good vibes. We are winning. Yep. Shout out to you. Keep the hard work up. And yeah, we are definitely winning. Bobby Banks said, "Yeah, you say to me, brother. Yeah, I just remembered like when you sent me that message and you were like, I'm about to. It says I have like $5,000 or something, but when I try to trade the USDT, it's giving me like 2,000 back. It's trying to give me 2,000 back. Yeah, you can get really screwed over by that. So yeah, it's definitely good to either do baby doge to BNB or baby doge to USDT. But yeah, when you do BUSD, they'll screw you over on that. So yeah, I would never do that one. And this is another one, BUSDT wallet, stablecoin, 10.5K. But this one just seems to have baby doge held in here. I'm actually curious how much this one's. Oh, 333. Okay. Lovely Inu Finance. Hey, this might be a gem. This might be a gem. I need to know why they're holding $300,000 worth of this coin. What? No. That can't be right. That can't be right. $318,000 of lovely Inu Finance. But then I look here and the market cap 17K. That can't be right. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at that. Like this, not a gem. Not a gem whatsoever. Bobby Bain says, yeah, I've been using USDT ever since. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and if you've been day trading, you've probably been winning just looking at how these charts have been moving. So yeah, it's best to do USDT to baby doge because whenever you trade back to USDT, it's not fluctuating. But if you trade back to BNB, you might just lose all your gains because BNB will be fluctuating too. So yeah, that's definitely good to use USDT while trading. Yeah. I'm looking for this crypto.com wallet. KuCoin wallet. The price is a little bit lower than it was when I made the video, I believe. Or it might be higher. I don't know. Which means that it'll be lower or higher on the list. I don't know. Okay, let's go above 12,000 then. Let's see. Crypto Whisperer says Nitro on ETH. I don't know nothing about Nitro on ETH, so yeah, but he says Nitro, ETH. I think you're like the second person that mentioned it today, so oh no, 6.9 million inside of market cap. I don't trust that. Ooh, and it's up 790% in the last 30 days. I definitely don't trust that now. Yeah, no, I don't trust that. It's moving up too much right now. Now it could be one of those runners. It could, and it could continue to run, but I will not take that risk. So yeah, only certain type of people can catch those types of runs. Me, I'm not one of those types of people. At least I don't think I am, because I just can't find it in my heart to buy in on something like that and just stay in it until it goes up, or even if it goes up. I always feel like it's just gonna dump on me. So yeah, I can't do those type of trades. It's just not for me. But yeah, I'm not finding the babydoge crypto.com wallet around here. So they might have added more money into the wallet or taken money out, and I'm not able to find it because of that. That is a possibility. Yeah, CoinW, xt.com, HTX, TRIV. So yeah, they either have more money in it now or less money because it was at like 12,000. I mean, yeah, I can't find it. A shout out to 805 South Burritos. Says, "What's up, bro? Hey, it's been a long time, but yeah, what's up? It's been a long time. But yeah, we're just chilling here, looking at some charts. So yeah, shout out to you. Looking at some trades here with Baby Doge. So yeah, we got the original Baby Doge army inside the building, the day ones. So yeah, shout out to y'all. HTX. Let's go over. Yes, sir. Still holding. Yep. I sold, but you already know I'm in and out. I'm always trading. But right now I'm looking for the next opportunity to get back in, which was down here. I remember my last video I made, I was like, hey, in these areas here, you definitely want to start accumulating some more. And it's already starting to take off. I didn't buy any yet, but then I would have to on ramp some more money into crypto right now, but I don't really feel like it. So yeah, I'm kind of sitting outside of the market right now because then I'd have to on ramp on the crypto. I'd have to buy BNB and then I'd send it to Trust Wallet, pay all these fees. But yeah, right now most of my money is in the stock market. But yeah, I'm definitely looking to make another position on Baby Doge soon. So yeah, we'll see though. Yeah, I'm not finding that crypto.com wallet anymore. They might have like a significantly less amount of Baby Doge and they might have sold it. So I don't know. Maybe we don't get listed to crypto.com in June. Maybe not. Because if I can't find that wallet, then they might not have that wallet anymore. I don't know. Equip says Kokoro is also part of the Baby Doge family and is official. Could it be a runner? I don't know what Kokoro is. I don't know what that is. So honestly, I can't say. I don't know what it is. So there's like two of them. Like which one is it? I don't know. This one's Ethereum. This one's also Ethereum. I don't know what that is though. Oh, okay. So then it's one of the Ethereum ones. I mean, how is it part of the Baby Doge family? I don't know. 200% in the last 30 days. Definitely worrying. I don't know if I would do that. I would be skeptical on it. It says it's on ETH. 805 says Baby Doge's been on a wild ride, bro. What your thoughts on Zebek? I don't know. Let's pull up Zebek. 21%, 20.6%. Yeah, I mean, it's pumped a lot in the last 30 days. I honestly don't like getting in on projects that have just recently pumped massively. So I'll tell you that. But other than that, I don't really have any thoughts on it because I don't really know much about it. Decentralized infrastructure network for seamless flows of real world value, changing the way money moves. So that cards, they got payments. Yeah, I mean, cards and stuff, that's like the way to go with crypto. Doing these DeFi cards, making a crypto credit card, crypto debit card. So yeah, I think that's pretty bullish, but I just don't like that it just recently pumped. So I usually stay away from stuff like that. Equip says was adopted by the family of Doge when he passed. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Jimmy Durham says even if you don't do trading, you can make good money by signing up people on Webull. They got crazy promotions right now where you sign up 3 people and get either $500 or $1,000. Yeah, they do some crazy promotions. And if you sign up 7 people, you get 1,000 or 1,500 on Webull for the promotion. Yeah, they're handing out some big payouts. Yeah, I've done the referral links before for like Robinhood, but yeah, I haven't tried it for Webull yet. But yeah, I might do it. I really wanted to wait for this for this price to go up, but yeah, I'm getting really tired. I really wanted to see it and go all the way up to 1875 because that would be the 5% trade. But looking right here, it just looks like it's about to make looking right here, it looks like it's about to make a downtrend to the downside. Unfortunately, it could follow this path right here. It could follow this pattern. So I would definitely say be careful. If this happens, yeah, let me go ahead and draw this out. If this happens, we would go down to about here, try to go up. If we can't break out, then that would be to the next support, which is going to be around here. If we can't break out, if we do pull back and we're not able to get past this level, but we may be able to get past it, but that's just the if. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Everybody probably already hit the like button, so I can't even say hit the like button. Yeah, because we got more likes than we got viewers right now. So shout out to everybody in the chat. If you want a super chat, that would be much appreciated. If you want to send a cash out, it'll be much appreciated. PayPal, much appreciated. Either way, still appreciate everybody showing up. So yeah, shout out to y'all. I'm getting tired here. I'm waiting for this, but I feel like it's not gonna do it. I feel like we might go down this trend line, and yeah, that's not gonna be too good. Now it's possible it does something like this. This is a weird looking pattern. I don't think it would do something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing anything out there at this point, just waiting for some type of trend confirmation. So it's possible that this could be a trend and then breaking out. But yeah, I'm just looking for some type of confirmation to see what is the new trend inside of Baby Doge. That's what I want to know right now. Like, what's the new trend? Yeah, I need to extend this secondary Fibonacci as well. 2202. There. That only sends it out like by a day. $22.02. Okay. Okay, now we bring this back. Okay, let's see. It could break out from here, but I don't know. Usually when I see patterns like this, they usually end up breaking down and going lower. So yeah, I would definitely be a little worrisome about that. But then it could do what it did back here. False breakout, get rejected, hit the support. Try to go up again, rejected. Make another minor support level and go up from there. False breakout, rejected, minor support level up. Maybe this goes down to here and then this is like this. I don't know. Nonetheless, it was still a good, decent trade. Still could have made some from 1775 up to this level up here, 1835. So still decent. Yeah, it does look like it's breaking down, doesn't it? But yeah, let's say it hits this level here and it goes up. This is definitely, I don't know. Sometimes patterns like this can be bullish, but I would definitely keep your eyes on this, especially if Bitcoin is getting rejected. Like if we're looking at Bitcoin getting rejected from here, then yeah, it's gonna pull down even more. 805 says, "Dang, bro, it's like 1 a.m. your time, right?" Yep, actually, it's just now hitting 1 a.m. It's 12:59 a.m. It's about to be 1 a.m. in like a minute. So I'm gonna probably close out this live stream at the 3-hour mark. It's 2 hours and 58 minutes now. So yeah, I'm definitely really tired. I wanted to stay just so I could watch this go up 5% because I called the trade literally 3 hours ago at 10 a.m. I called the trade. I was like, look, we're probably going to end up doing this where we go from 1775 to 1875, and that'll be a 5.66% gain. Well, 5.67% gain minus fees, like 5% in gains. I was just trying to show people like, hey, you can get a good trade here. But I noticed how we got rejected up here. I was like, all right, it might be a good time to just close the trade out. Right here probably would have been a good time, but still, there's still a possibility that it could keep going. So definitely be aware. Bobby Bang says, yeah, I'm here in Florida, 1 a.m. Yep, same thing. Here out in Florida is late. it's 1 a.m. But yeah, 8:05 out there inside Cali. It's what is it? California time 11:21. So yeah, it's 11. Wait, what? No. What's going on right now? Yeah. So yeah, it is late. So yeah, y'all are just like an hour behind us. Something like that. Or no, y'all are more than an hour behind us. So yeah, wow, it's 10 p.m. in California. So yeah. So yeah, it's getting to that time for y'all, but not there yet. Not quite there. Yeah. Good to see you on live, like old school, bro. Take care. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm definitely gonna start doing more lives. I just a lot of times with the lives, sometimes I won't do them because I remember I was doing a live and like 3 people showed up and I was like, oh man. But now we got a good amount of people on this live, especially overtime. Let me show you guys this. So total, we got 203 views. The average view duration for the live was 9 minutes and 21 seconds. So it's not like it's a useless live. I don't like doing a live stream and then it's just useless and almost like a waste of time. But when we at least get some people showing up, that's always a good thing to see. People showing support, hitting the like button. So we got 20 people who hit the like button. So that's definitely good. And we got 14 viewers right now, 205 views total. Average person watched for 9 minutes and 16 seconds. So that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, 10 p.m. out there. But yeah, shout out to y'all for showing up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up closing this out right now. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna break down a little bit more from here, especially if Bitcoin pulls back as well. You could definitely see the prices pull back here a little more down to the support where we just came from, 1875. Remember though, we use this as a high point here and here. So if we pull back, we'll probably end up stopping here and then making our way right back up. That's if we pull back all the way. But that's what it's looking like here, especially if we break this area here. We're probably going to end up seeing pulling back a lot more. So I would definitely watch out for that if I were you guys. But yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. I just might do it. But yeah, I might do it tomorrow. And then I want to actually do a live trade. Like I actually want to get my pancake swap connected to my computer because usually I just use it on my phone. But yeah, connected to my computer and show people me making the trades live and showing like, hey, look, quick 5% right here, just like this 5%. But I don't know. I probably won't trade live tomorrow, but I might do a live stream tomorrow. I probably won't trade live though, because it's a little bit more stressful when you actually have money on the line while you're live. Like right here, yeah, I made a decent call, but then I probably would have ended up selling here and somewhere around this area. But the problem with trading live and actually showing me making the trades is other people might want to do it too, and I don't want anyone to lose money while I'm doing that, because I don't care if I lose money, but I don't want y'all to lose money. But we did a pretty good trade here. Like even though it didn't do 5% yet, I think it's about to do 5%. But I gotta go to sleep because I'm tired. But I think it's still gonna do 5%. But even if you sold up here, you still made 3.5%. And I just want people to see, like, even if you just make 3.5%, like let's say like you got 10. Most people aren't trading with $10,000. Let's be honest. But I think most people can swing like 5,000. Well, nah, not most people. Let's say most people can do like 3,000, right? 3.5% is like $105. Like even making $105 a day, like That's still good money. And then you got fees, so pretty much $100 a day. Like that's still good money. That's still $3,000 a month, like the average American salary. So like still you're still making decent money, even if you just did that one small move, right? Now that one small move took some time from 10 p.m. to midnight. So it took 2 hours to make $100. But making $100 in 2 hours, like that's still really good. I wouldn't not be complaining about that at all. So if I only had to work 2 hours a day and made $100 a day, like that's $3,000 a month. Like that's still good. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Amber Abraham says South Florida here also. Yep. Shout out to you out in the South Florida area. Bobby Banks says I'll be watching. All right. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing the live stream tomorrow then. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shoot, I don't know what time I'll do it. I'm probably gonna do it a little bit earlier, possibly around like 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I did it at 10 p.m. today, so probably 8 p.m. We'll see. I don't know why my notifications aren't working to tell me that you have something going on. Do you have the bell on? Let me see. Yeah, you might not have the bell on. Let me pull this up. Have the bell on. Let me pull this up. Yeah, so it would be that. Wait, where is the bell? Well, I can't turn on the bell for myself, obviously. That's why it's not working. Okay. But yeah, it's usually the bell next to the name by the subscribe button. Yeah, I'm tired. But yeah, you might not have the notification bell on. I don't know. I don't know why my notifications aren't working. Oh yeah, you already said that. And then he said, okay, I just double checked to make sure it's on now. So we'll see going forward. Yeah, it should warn you next time. And also with YouTube, if you post more than 3 videos in a day, after your 3rd video, it won't show any more notifications. So that starting on the 4th video that you post for the day, it won't show any notifications. But I didn't post anything today, so it should have shown that notification for you. But if not, it should show it this next time if you made sure that the bell's on. And I'll try to make the live stream like 30 minutes before I go live. I'll try to, put it out there. But yeah, we'll definitely get that going. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Pretty good trading day. Everything went decent. Hopefully Bitcoin, we'll see what Bitcoin does tomorrow. Hopefully it keeps running, because when it goes down, it kind of pulls baby doge down with it. So that's kind of why we've seen that pullback. But yeah, we'll see exactly what we got going on for this next day. So shout out to y'all. And as always, I'm going to be back with another video and another live stream. We'll go ahead and end it with this right here. We'll go ahead and play. Where is it at? Okay. Yeah, just looking for my my outro. All right, shout out to you guys. We'll be live tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next one.